Hi guys, it's Rachel. So in the past I have made several productive day in my life videos, but I never really talked about how I stay productive and how I balance everything out, I guess. And I have received some questions about what productivity apps I use and stuff like that. So in today's video, I will show you guys how I use Notion, Google Calendar, and things like that to organize my life. I'll leave like the timestamps for everything so that you guys can just jump to whichever part you're interested in, I guess. But first I'm gonna start off with some of my productivity tips, I guess. I'm gonna go over like the super basic ones really quick. One, have a designated workspace. This one's kind of obvious and talked about pretty often. Have a clean workspace because you don't want to be distracted by everything on your desk. Don't have your phone with you. You will be distracted. Now I'm gonna share some of the tips that personally helps me a lot. When I do work, I get so distracted so easily, and so I've been using the Pomodoro method. But basically I work for 25 minutes, rest for 5 minutes, and then I repeat the cycle 4 times, and then I could get like a longer break. And per Pomodoro session I have like a designated task. So for example, I would say AP Lit project. So then for 2 hours, I am just working on my AP Lit project. And then once the 2 hours is done, I would take like a longer break. This way, you're not just doing something different every 25 minutes. You kind of like lose that flow. And during these 5-minute breaks, I like to get up and then just walk around my house. Sometimes I grab a snack if I'm hungry, but 5 minutes is honestly not that long of a time. So usually I need something very quick and easy to grab. One of my favorite study snacks are Built Bars, because Built Bars, like, you don't have to cook anything, you don't have to heat anything up, you just grab it and eat it. So yeah, thank you Built Bar for sponsoring this video. They offer so many flavors. It has like 19 grams of protein, and like you could look forward to it during your 25-minute session. You're like, oh, after this I can go get a Built Bar, or I could go get a snack. I look absolutely insane right now, but I just wanted to say, if you guys want to get your own Built Bars, you can use the link in my description box and get 20% off. You guys have been telling me that you guys really like the Built Bars, so I'm here trying to convince the rest of you to hop on that Built Bar train. Okay, back to the video. And if you get distracted super easily like me, something that my therapist has recommended is get a post-it note or like any piece of paper really, and then make a little check mark every time you're tempted to go on your phone or leave your desk or something like that, and then write why you were distracted. So that way you can keep track of like how often you get distracted and what distracts you the most. I don't know if that one made any sense, but it's something that helps me a lot. Also, I don't know about you guys, but this thing is like my biggest distraction. So something I do to get myself off of my phone is I use this app called Flipped, and I don't know if you guys have heard of the app Forest. It's pretty much like that, but it's free. And basically what it does is once you go on Flipped, you can pick, I don't know, study live, and then it just sets like a little stopwatch, and then it starts like counting the time. And then if you get out of the app, it says come back, blah blah blah. And then if you don't come back right away, then your session ends automatically. I feel like this just motivates you to just stay on the app and not go on Instagram or something like that. And sometimes these apps don't cut it, you know, like sometimes I'm just really distracted. So I have been taking time lapses of myself studying. I don't know why, but I love watching time lapses of me studying. It's just so satisfying to me. And obviously, like if you click out of the camera app, then it stops the video, so you can't do that. And like watching that time lapse after your study session is like a reward kind of. And when I'm doing my homework, I like to either have music on or watch study with me videos. There are tons of study with me videos on YouTube. You can hear like natural background noises like them writing stuff or typing stuff, and it's just so motivating to see another person on the screen grind. And when I really need a grind, I listened to Mario Kart music. I saw this on TikTok a while ago. So yeah, like I listen to Mario Kart music when I need to write essays or when I'm doing math homework, because it genuinely like speeds up my work process. So yeah, those are kind of my tips. So now on to how I use Google Calendar and how I time block and things like that. I used to hate like planning things digitally, but lately I have been putting my whole life into Google Calendar, and I don't know what I would do without it. So this is what my Google Calendar looks like. It's very green because I love the color green. As you can see on the left, my calendars, I have different sections, I guess. So I have Rachel Kim, which is like personal stuff, I guess. And then I have appointments, birthdays, church, reminders, school, social, tasks, YouTube. I don't use tasks. I'll show you guys how to change the color of the little blocks on Google Calendar, because surprisingly not a lot of people know about it. Basically, you click on the 3 dots and then you do add custom color, and you can literally like change the color on this, which is so cool. Each morning I like set a little schedule for myself. You guys can see my schedule right here. The thing I like about Google Calendar is that you can kind of move this around if you want, which is so nice because now I can just move events around and it's not that big of a deal if something gets rescheduled. Yeah, I just kind of allocate like an hour or 2 to a certain task. I feel like if you don't plan your time, at the end of the day, you're just kind of like, where the heck did all of that time go? But then by time blocking, you're like, oh my gosh, I got so much done today, even if it's something as simple as go on a walk. Now onto my Notion tour. A lot of you guys actually ask me like how I make my to-do lists. I make everything on my Notion. I know there are tons of templates that other YouTubers have shared with everyone, so if you guys want to check them out, you can just search other Notion tours on YouTube. This is just what my Notion looks like. It's not as cute and aesthetic as other people's, but it's functional and it works for me, so that's all that matters. Okay, so this is basically my homepage. So this is what I see as soon as I open up my Notion. Basically, I just have everything in Rachel's space so that, you know, when I'm in this page, I can see everything. So this is kind of like a quick overview of my whole Notion page. On my favorites tab on the left, I just have some of the pages that I use most often. So I have Rachel Space, assignments, journal, habit tracker, weekly agenda, K-dramas. And I will go through all of these later on. But in my cover, I just have a picture of the sky because I thought it was cute. I think I found this on Pinterest or something like that. And I just have a picture of myself. I don't know, I just like this picture of myself. And then down here, I switch this up like every week or so. I like to put a Bible verse over here so that I'm constantly reminded of it. But let's say I were to switch this out with a new passage though. I don't want to just delete it because I still want to remember what I put. So what I do is I have this page called archive passages, and basically I would just drag it and then put it in my archive passages, and I could just do Command D, duplicate, and write whatever like that. Down here I have like different sections. So I have school, planning, daily, YouTube, personal stuff, routines, raise ratings, and I have my fave tunes playlist, and this is my favorite Spotify playlist. If you guys want to follow me on Spotify, my username is KimRachel664. This playlist is kind of all over the place, but I think this is a great playlist. And then down here, I just have all of my goals here. I will go over them later, but I'm just gonna go over these tabs first. So first I have my assignments page, and I use this every single day. This is probably the most useful page that I have on my Notion. If you are a student, I highly recommend you make this page. Basically, this is just where I write down all of my school assignments, and I just have my assignment name here and then my subject. And it's cool because if this is a math assignment, then I just click on math and it says math. And I like this part the most because you can say in progress, to do, and done. And in my filter, I made it so that only in progress and to do assignments show up. So if I were to say add a filter and I put done, then all of my assignments that I have done shows up. I did a lot of assignments, so we don't want to see all the done assignments. So I'm gonna put remove and it'll just show what I have to do. And then I have my due date here, so it's like a calendar, and I could just click on the date and difficulty level. Basically, this just helps me manage my time better. So if it says easy, I know I can get this done in an hour, 2 hours maybe. And then medium is like things that I can probably finish in a day, but I definitely need a few hours. And then hard are things that I definitely cannot finish in one day. So for example, my IA first draft, this is like a very long essay that I cannot finish in 1 or 2 days. So I put hard so that I know to break this up into chunks. And then right here in my assignment link, I link each assignment. So if I were to click on it, it takes me to my assignment. And then details, I don't really put much, but Spanish oral, for example, I just put like look at a picture, like I just described the oral basically. And oh, another thing you can do is you can open as a page and just kind of write down the details. And then down here I have all my tests that are coming up. I forgot to delete these two, so let me just delete that. But these are just some of the tests that are coming up soon. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my assignments list. Now onto websites. So these are all the websites that I use for school. This is so useful, you guys. Like, let's say I need to go on Canvas. Then I just click on it and it takes me straight to Canvas. And then I have new words that I've discovered / that I like. Some of these words I already knew, some of these words I was unfamiliar with, all that stuff. But basically I like to write down words that I don't use in my day-to-day life because I want to expand my vocabulary. So I just have my definition, adjective, synonyms, example sentences, and then how I've discovered the word, so like AP Lit homework and stuff like that. As you can see, I haven't finished all of these, but it's fine. Lesson plans for Sophia. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I tutor a 5th grader and I am all over the place. So I like, keeping lesson plans in my Notion so I know what to do each week. So if I were to click on a date, then it tells me like what I need to do. Yeah, pretty useful. And then in my planning / daily, I have weekly agenda, tasks, habit tracker, and journal. So these are things that I use almost I would say every day, except for tasks. But weekly agenda, a lot of you guys asked me about this actually. So there you go. Over here, I have this week's goals. So every week I like to have 3 different goals for myself. So this week I put reach out to friends more, lessen screen time, and practice gratitude. And I have been doing all of these things this week. So I'm very proud of myself. Right here I have my Google Calendar. So if I were to click on it, it takes me straight to my Google Calendar. As you can see, I have everything planned right here. So very convenient. Below the Google Calendar, I have my assignments thing. So if I were to click on this, it takes me straight to my assignments page. I just put it there because it's just easy, And I put all the days of the week. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see that faint line right there. Everything over that line are things that I need to do, and then the things below that line are things that I should probably do. And I can just move this around. I didn't get this done yesterday, so I could just move it. Once I am finished with it, I can click done and it just crosses off like that. So it's very convenient. And then things that I have planned, so I have tutoring tomorrow at 2:20 p.m. So then I can put the time and date, and I put this in a red block because these are more important, scheduled things. And then down here I have my weekly to-do list. I don't use this too often, but basically you just click add a new to-do and back to Rachel's space. I have tasks. I'm gonna be honest, I never ever use this, but yeah, I just thought it was cool because you can click new, write finish essay. When I start it, I can move it to my doing and then done. Back to Rachel's space. Habit tracker. This is also something that I use every single day. I need to fill this out later, but I have my screen time, so I would put 4.5 hours. And then steps, sleep. So if I sleep more than 7 hours, then I can check this off. Devotionals, exercise. Oh wait, I did that. Journal, water, read. I have not been doing that this week. Eat healthy. It has all the days of the week. Okay, this one is from last week. So once I'm done with a week, then I drag it down into my archive folder. Once I click archive, it shows me all my previous weeks. And once it's a new week, I just click my new week and the whole table shows up. And over here I have my journal, and I have been trying to journal on a physical journal and my Notion. So my physical journal is more for very deep thoughts. I journal every single morning and I just write about everything that I have in mind and stuff. But my Notion journal is more a recap of my day because I like to look back at the things I wrote, the things I did. So whenever I need to do my daily journal, I just press on this blue new button and then automatically this shows up. And down here I have daily reflection, monthly reflections, empty page, and these two are templates that I actually made on my own. So if I click on this whole setup automatically shows up, which is nice because all I have to do is fill this out basically. So in my title, I would put the most significant thing that happened that day. So Panera study sesh, something like that. And then I would put the date obviously, and for my happenings, I would just put a few things that happened, but I like to go in depth. In my grateful for list, I'm really trying to practice gratitude more this year, and so I just write down a few things that I am grateful for. And then meals, I actually made this since I filmed so many what I eat in a week videos. It's really hard for me to keep track of what I ate on what day, and so this just makes my editing process a lot easier. I can just look back at it and be I ate this for breakfast, so I just have to look for this footage. But I also just like looking back at what I ate. In my workout, I would just write what workout I did. Today I did a 30-minute Lily Sabri workout. And then in my intentions, I would write something slow down and put my phone down, something like that, and prayer. I feel I often forget about the things that I pray about, so then whenever, God is working in my life, I don't even notice it because I'm so focused on myself. And so I just write them down so that I can look back at it later. And then to do, this is my daily to-do list. So today would be film Notion tour, stop by Vaughn's, very simple. And I also have my monthly reflections. So right here, February reflections, I'll actually show you guys. I have recap of this month and then favorite memory. So in bullet points, I just have some of my memorable things that happened this month, I guess. I have my regrets of this month and then my wins of this month, because I think it's important to focus on the positives, not just the negatives. And then what did this month teach me? I would love to, like I said so many times, I would love to talk about these in my future podcast episodes. But yeah, and then I have how can I improve next month, and YouTube growth, Instagram growth. This is something that I'm experimenting with because I haven't done this in the past, like the growth tracker thing. And so yeah, at the end of the month, I add a few of my favorite pictures that I took that month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Some of these are so embarrassing. I put Mattia Lee, follow me on Instagram. Anyway, as you can see on the left, I have these emojis, and these emojis kind of represent how my day was. It's like a mood tracker. And then down here, I have like random thoughts. Because, okay, I don't always have my physical journal with me, but I have these thoughts that I just want to write down and like get out of my chest, basically. So I just take out my phone and then write in my Notion. I have a list of things I want to do in quarantine and my crying log. This is so bad, y'all. I'm not going to show you how often I cry because it truly is embarrassing, but I've been keeping track of how much I cry and why I cry, and I have a poop tracker because, yeah, I don't know. But journal prompts, this one, I was actually inspired by my friend Abby because she said she has like a Notion page with all her journal prompts, and basically I just found a whole bunch of like good journal prompts that I found online that I want to do at one point, and so I just like wrote them down as a to-do list. So right here, I did this morning actually, so I crossed it off, so whenever I do it, then I could just cross it off like that. Some of these journal prompts, y'all, are going to make you think. So then now, okay, girl, you need therapy. This is just things that I want to talk about with my therapist because I always forget, and she will be like, so what do you want to talk about today? And I'm like, I don't know, I forgot. Okay, down here, I have my YouTube page, or YouTube section. So I have websites. These are websites I use for YouTube, kind of like my school websites page, but for YouTube. Okay, so right here I have video ideas. I usually put this in calendar view. I sometimes don't follow my own upload schedule, but it's okay. Okay, this video, for example, I have all these things that I want to talk about in my video and things I want to do, like I want to add B-rolls, overlays, and this video is sponsored by Built Bar, so I have sponsored Built Bar. But I can also put this in board view, so I have these videos that I have not started yet, that I am filming, that I am editing. I'm actually done with this, and then completed. Or I could put this at table view. For all you content creators out there, I highly recommend getting Notion for your content planning. It's very useful. And then in my sponsorships tab, I basically have all my brand sponsorships that I have done and that I have planned for the future, so that I can keep track of like which ones I'm doing and stuff like that. So I have my brand name, video idea, upload date, payment, paid. This is like a check mark. And then status, I have filming, pending approval, complete, editing, signing terms. And then type of integration video for YouTube, Instagram post, Instagram story, and then dedicated YouTube video. Those are the 4 types of sponsorships I do. Personal stuff, I have, just stuff that I use for my personal life. So I have money. I have a picture of money in the background because I thought it was very fitting. But I have 2021 income, 2021 expenses, 2020 income, 2020 expenses, and once I click on it, I basically have income, like where I got the money. So if it's a sponsorship, I would put the name of the sponsor, or I would put February Google AdSense, something like that. And then amount, so how much I got. And then category, I have sponsorships, tutoring, YouTube AdSense, I also have date, so like when I got it, and comments. I don't really like to look at money as just a numerical thing because I'm honestly like so grateful for the money that I am able to earn. And so I feel like writing about it and like thinking about how you earned that money, like it just adds more value. I don't know if any of that made sense, but basically I would comment on it and be like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard for this sponsorship, like go me kind of thing. Okay, and then I have 2021 expenses. This is everything that I spent so far in 2021. I have expense, like stuff that I spent money on, obviously. And then the amount, category. For category, I have work, clothes, food, friends, and gas. And then date, comment, and payment method. So credit card, cash, and debit. And for comment, again, I like to just like not spend so much money and like spend it so carelessly. Like I comment on everything that I spend. For example, I would say, Rachel, you do not need any more black jeans. Stop buying so many. Just little comments like that. But yeah, same thing for these two basically, except it was for last year. And okay, back to where we were. Wish list. These are things that I really want to buy, but I don't want to make impulsive purchases, and so I wrote them down. So I have Target, food, clothing, and Amazon. Back to Rachel's Space once again. Reference. These are just some cool stuff that I want to refer back to, as I said in my description. So I have favorite podcasts, therapy session, so like some takeaways that I got from my therapy session, and then favorite meditation, favorite workouts, favorite YouTube videos. So I'll go into all of them. I just have some like podcasts that really stood out to me, and I kind of wrote like brief summaries so that I can look back at it. And I have some takeaway that I got from my therapy sessions. I really want to make my own podcast, so maybe I'll talk about some of these takeaways if I ever do make my own podcast. And then I have my favorite meditation. This is my anxiety meditation that I always do. I linked it right here. And let's say I found a self-reflection meditation, then I would also do the same, but basically you just click on that, put color, and I put this at pink, and bam. And then favorite workouts. These are some of my favorite workouts. Favorite YouTube videos. I so far only have one on this list, not because I only have one favorite YouTube video, but just because I always forget to put them in here. Yeah, that's that. My throat is getting so dry. In my people list, I basically just have a bunch of people, so I have their names. I bet you guys recognize some of these names, but anyway, I have their birthday. It's cool because you can like put the day and the year and everything. And then I have gift ideas. I am obviously gonna blur this. I love giving gifts to other people because like I am the type of person to like really think about what the other person would like and stuff, and like I start planning months in advance. And so yeah, like I just have some of these people's birthday presents planned out. And I have associations. So Genesis, for example, I put best friend from school. Passwords, I'm not gonna show you guys. Actually, I'll show you, but I'll just blur everything out. But basically, I have school passwords, shopping passwords, stuff like that. So I have like different sections like these. I just have that there so I don't forget my password. Down here, I have my routines. I don't look at this like ever, but I like having that there just so I know my ideal morning routine, ideal night routine, and things like that. And also like physically writing them down helps you engrave it in your head. So I just wrote it down. Morning routine, I just have make my bed, drink a cup of water, blah, blah, blah. You guys have seen this in my morning routine, probably. Nothing special there. And then night routine, this is how I would like to end the day. So I have self-care routine, Sunday reset routine. You guys get it. And then this, be the best version of yourself. These are actually things that I have right here. So I'll go over it later. But raise ratings. This is my favorite thing ever because even though it's kind of low-key useless, it's my favorite thing to fill out. So right here on my K-drama thing, and I actually inspired Rachel or like Raychiza Kim on YouTube to make a K-drama Excel sheet actually, so I'm very proud of that. But yeah, I just have all my Korean drama ratings. It's embarrassing how many dramas I have watched in my 18 years of life. The most recent one I watched is Goblin. It was my second time watching it, so I put 2 in parentheses, and then I have my rating for that drama and finish date, and then I have a brief summary and then reason for rating. So like why I rated it a 5 out of 5. Rewatch, I have dub, probably not, heck no, and then maybe. I don't know, I got really into some of these reasons for rating. Oh, actually, if any of you guys ever need Korean drama recommendations, DM me and I will send you screenshots of these. Like, I'll send you full screenshots of my ratings because I did all this work. I would love to at least like give one of you recommendations, I don't know. Oh, also, these are some more Korean dramas that I have watched that I have not yet rated because rating kind of takes a long time. And then these are all the dramas that are in progress, and then these are dramas that I want to watch in the future. Movies I watched in 2021. I am not a movies gal, I'm more of a K-dramas gal, so I don't watch a lot of movies, but these are movies that I did watch in 2021. I have it in gallery view because I thought it was cool how like it shows like a picture, but you can also put it in table view like this, so it's like the K-drama list, or you could put it as a list view. But let's say I clicked on this, then it shows like my summary for it, and then reason for rating, watch again, probably not, when I watched it, and then genre. And then reading list. These are just books that I read in 2021. Kind of embarrassing. Yeah, these are the only books that I have read or am reading. I haven't even finished it, which is why I don't have summary or anything, but I have the name of the book, type, author, status, summary, start date, finish date, rating out of 5, and reason for rating. And then lastly, I have podcasts. This one I actually do look at a lot and like actually fill out a lot. But basically I have episode name, podcast name, I have genre, so like news for CBS News, and then society and culture, wellness, just stuff like that. And some takeaways, finish date, and progress, I guess. And yeah, some of these takeaways, y'all, are so good. And what I like about this is you can put wrap cells and it shows like everything that you have written. And then you just press new and then you could just write whatever. We will finally get to the goals. So I have life is an art, make it your masterpiece. I want to live by this quote by Eileen, and life is an art and you are the artist of your own life, so you should make your life your own masterpiece. And I thought that was really like inspirational, so I just put it there, and I feel like these goals will help me become a better artist of my life. And so yeah, I just wrote them down. I just have some photos here that I really like. So I have daily goals here, so journal daily, stick to a morning and night routine, no phone first thing in the morning, exercise, read 10 minutes, devotionals, document as much as possible, film 1 second of the day, drink 74 ounces of water, plan out each day intentionally and realistically, limit screen time but reach out to your friends more. I am really, really, really proud of myself because I have been doing almost every single one of these every single day in 2021, and it just makes me feel so great. So there's that. And I have, okay, wait, actually, why don't I make this smaller? Hang on. There we go. I like that so much better. Okay. And then 2021 internal goals to grow. These are goals that I want to achieve, but I can only achieve internally, you know, like no external force can help me achieve these goals. Again, I can do like a podcast episode on this maybe if I ever make my own podcast. And right here I have my monthly goals. I didn't want you guys to see like my financial stuff, so I just like put the little, but I just have some financial monthly goals and long-term goals / manifestations. So these are things that I want to achieve within, I don't know, the next 10 years. So yeah, that is actually it for my whole Notion tour. Oh my gosh. Finally, I have been filming for an hour and a half, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but if you watch till the end, I love and appreciate every single one of you so very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. Did you hear that shoulder pulp? I'm so excited to go get acai right now.